Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Sarah Liz, and this is episode 2 of Updates and Spoilers. It's going to be a little more spoilery than updates, but the spoilers will come toward the end, she says, gesturing with her pen. So as an update, I'm super excited because today I posted the second of the guided meditations, and I was super nervous in the first one. So it's a little spazzy. I do apologize. At some point, I may do a version 2.0 on the white light guided meditation. Buses are going by outside. There are signs of life in the neighborhood. Small children will be running by and screaming soon. It's going to be awesome. They might even be screaming in Swahili, which lends a super awesome level to the awesome. Anyway. So I'm super excited about that. I did get one suggestion that I should have Tom Hiddleston or some sort of Tom Hiddleston voice stand-in read the guided meditation, and I will see what I can do. I make no promises, and I'm not throwing the idea out either. So in the meantime, you're just gonna have to deal with my voice. I'm really sorry about that. So the guided meditations are gonna be coming out once a week, unless I have more inspiration. And then they might be coming out a little more often than that. So that's the update portion. And now to the spoilers. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! So I wrote some questions down. So Winnie wants to know, are we going to visit Bucky again anytime soon? And someone else, I think it was Duchess67, I forgot to write it down, wants to know if Bucky will be assigned to Loki or Darcy as bodyguard. Now, the second one is answered in the story full of 100-word drabbles, The Interim, which is, you can access that through the series Loki of Midgard. As to the question, are we going to visit Bucky again anytime soon? Of course we are. I intend on wrapping up every single loose end in my convoluted plot sooner or later. Winnie also wants to know if we can have more Thor stuff sooner than you imagine. She wants to know if Loki's going to be in danger, and her further commentary on the concept of Loki being in danger is what? The thing that Thor realizes is that Loki is always in danger, and he's never terribly worried about it. Draw your own conclusions. And then a final question from Winnie. Can Oidis please turn the meddler into a millstone? Please. Well, there's the difference here between can she and will she. She certainly could if she wanted to. Would she? I seriously doubt it. So, next, Duchess67 wants to know, who is going to tell Tony that his plan is backfiring? I think that Pepper's already told him that. Whether or not she told him vociferously on screen, as it were, I'm pretty sure Pepper's telling him that, and he's just not listening. And Duchess67 also wants to know, why is Darcy not getting any help to master the gates? That's a really good question. She's not getting any help because Loki's not pushing her, and she doesn't realize, really, in many respects, the depth to which her husband will respect her autonomy. And so if she, in a kind of offhanded manner, says, oh, no, I don't have time for that, then he's going to accept that as the final answer until she changes it. And Darcy is the sort of person who might need to be reminded and poked and prodded unless it just becomes abundantly clear through situations in life that, no, this is actually incredibly important and you should make time for this. So she's not getting any help because she's refusing help. Now, Ocean's alliteration wants to know, when will Loki think to include Darcy in the meditations for gates with the baby mages? Which is a very similar question. Just as soon as she decides she wants to. Northern Lights, who just went somewhat recently, on a 2-day marathon and read the entire series for the first time. Oh my goodness. Well done. Wants to know, what is the deal with Darcy performing the elven magic when it's Loki who has some elven heritage? This is a good question. And it may be that the confusing part here is imagining that a certain culture could in effect copyright a certain kind of magic. If you look at the situation from the outlook that if a certain culture discovers and develops and trains and practices a certain kind of thing, like a Chinese martial art, then everyone therein who learns that martial art from those people will think that this martial art is Chinese. But then you look in other parts of the world and see that other martial arts have been developed by different cultures, and they are slightly different, but some of them do get to the same end. And not just the end of punching you and breaking your knee, but the end of using internal energy and having the competing but complementary forces and the inner work and the outer work mixed with grace and beauty, blah, blah, blah. And you wouldn't think that someone who is studying a different culture's martial art is necessarily somehow tapping in to the one true Chinese martial art. Unless the only frame of reference you have in the entire universe is monkey-style kung fu. Then any kind of martial art that you encounter will remind you, somehow, vaguely, of monkey-style kung fu. Mutatis mutandis. Next question. Shadows of Shemai asks, how long will Thor scoff at glamping before asking for his own tent and air mattress? We're going to find out about this real soon. I think that he probably stopped scoffing at glamping, at least in an audible way that anyone could hear, the moment that Thor reminded him that his wife is pregnant and still must come and he should shut the hell up. Not that the Loki said it in exactly those words. But I think that in a deep way, Thor's mind is going to be irrevocably changed about midway through the first day. We'll see how that works out. I haven't finished writing it yet. And the final spoiler question is from Sweet Sigan, and she asks, how can chickens not like Frigga? Everyone likes Frigga. Silly birds. You're right. It's a bizarre thought. All I can say are that chickens are not one of God's most intelligent creatures. They're kind of up there with goldfish and just below sheep. And there's really no accounting for taste. So those are all of the questions that I have this week. If you have questions and you want to know what's going to happen in the story, or you want to know about other stuff, spirituality, life, religion, scratch that, run away from religion, just let me know. You can tell me in the comments down below this video, or if you are reading the story, you can leave me a review in the story, and I will answer your questions next week here. If you liked this video, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, which will let you know when I update. And I'll see you real soon. Bye.